News Channel 5 Sports.
Welcome back. It's time to meet a young man who represents the future of a Cheyenne institution.
It's got 3,000 miles on it, so it's pretty fresh, and there's a lot of tuning into that engine.
Without the young guns, then you just don't have the next generation.
Ricky Griffith has a hobby.
He's amazing. Isn't anybody's son?
Hobbies are good for young people.
One thing that I can say that I'm not sure, that every parent gets the privilege of saying is that I know where my son is every Saturday night.
Where Griffith will be,
I'll go see how it's handling.
Is out on the track. At 16 years old, Griffith is the youngest driver in the super stock class at Big Country Speedway, a dream that was born 2 years ago.
My dad's friend had a 74 Charger sitting up at his house, and one day we were up there, and I just spur of the moment decision, wanted to get it running. After we got it running that day, we drove it around a little bit, and I'd say, speak for both me and my dad, we were hooked on racing from there on.
Big Country has the speed, 75 miles per hour in the straightaways, but what makes Big Country Speedway is family, good times, and a passion for racing. Long before the lights go on for a few hours of racing, there are hundreds of hours spent tuning and tinkering.
They call these stock cars, but the only thing stock about them is the frames.
And making that perfect adjustment so that your car is ready for victory.
I made him do the research. If he's going to drive, he's got to learn what you got to do to make the car work.
This isn't NASCAR, and this isn't a fancy racing garage. In fact, it's not a garage at all.
If I can go out there and I can beat them with a car we built out here on a concrete slab, then, that shows skill right there, in my opinion. Not to brag or anything, but I'm proud of myself by doing what I'm doing here.
There is no pit crew here, just father and son tinkering together.
Oh yeah, these were very loose. You can see the oil starting to drip down the front of them. This is what me and my dad did. This is the time we got together, so it's really more of a bonding thing with my dad. It's nothing about the car really. It's more of that type of thing and following what I love to do.
And the lessons imparted from father to son extend beyond the racetrack.
Just like every child, he'll mess up, get caught at it, but he learns from it, and he doesn't do it again.
When it became obvious that Ricky was going to be a race car driver, the decision was made to buy him a car of his own.
You would not be doing him any justice or be right if you stopped him from doing something that meant that much just because you were afraid he might get hurt. So I sat the boys down and I said, the only rule that I have and that I will always have is Rick's safety comes first.
There was a lot of work to do. First, the car had to be converted from a dirt track racer to one ready for the asphalt and short track at Big Country.
In dirt tracking, they turn right to go left. On asphalt, we turn left to go left. So there was a whole lot of suspension tuning.
I was looking on Craigslist one night and I saw this thing. I'd seen many other cars, but I saw this one, and I knew it. I knew it was mine right then.
Once the number 17 was track ready, Ricky was off to the races.
Yeah, I was nervous. I don't know about this. These guys are grown up. You're not playing with boys. You're playing with men.
The concern is real. Racing is dangerous. But over time, it gets easier to watch.
I've gotten a lot better over time. I don't cringe every time he gets bumped now.
But there was that one time Ricky jumped the rear bumper of another racer, going airborne and bringing out the caution flag. The results of that race?
After I got back out there, I ran the heck out of it, and 2 liters crashed, put me into first place, and I didn't let anyone get past me after that, and I actually got spun out on the last lap, and I went across that finish line sideways, backwards, just every sort of way.
This homemade race car and its driver are the next generation at Big Country Speedway.
If you don't have the young guns, you just don't have a speedway anymore. So it's the world to us to have the kids come out and learn to drive and experience those things. So I always get a kick out of watching them.